Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Fragrance Banter podcast. I'm Mike.
And I'm Steve.
And we're too close to being best friends. Not quite best friends yet, but friends. Hanging out, talking health, and checking out new fragrances.
We are indeed. We will be best friends. He's just teasing me. He's teasing me with a promise of being best friends. And I keep turning up to record these podcasts in the desperate hope that one day I might be upgraded.
That's right.
But if you are a patron, you would have heard in the last episode, I asked Mike, I've decided every episode now, I'm going to ask Mike a question to get to know him better. But it's not going to be a deep and meaningful. It's going to be a very nuanced, possibly divide the community type question. It's kind of simple, everyday life type question.
Yeah.
So I won't, by all means, go into Patreon if you're a member or join, and you can hear the last episode to find out. But we were talking about Mike's showering routine.
Yeah, exactly.
But today, I don't want to lower the tone straight off the rip, but it's a little bit rude. But again, apparently this divides. So this divides people.
Okay.
So this divides men more, unfortunately, ladies. But you're going to have to kind of, this might be a slight insight because my wife was kind of fascinated by this because she never really had given it a thought. So here's the question, Mike, that I need to know to get to know you better, to be your best friend.
Deal.
When you go to the toilet,
okay,
right, we're going there straight away within the first 3 minutes. When you go into the toilet, you're standing up and you're doing, I'll keep the language pleasant, when you're doing a little wee.
Okay. All right.
How do you get out little Mike? Do you unzip your fly and go through the fly hole? So ladies, I'm talking about the zip in the jeans or the trousers. You undo that, and then there is a little fly in the boxer shorts, which we established Mike wears. Or right. Do you undo and go over the top of the boxers? Like what do you, because again, apparently this divides people. I mean, if you're going to tell me that you stand there and you undo everything and pull it straight down to your ankles like a 4-year-old boy, then we've got problems.
Yeah. So I'm not allowed to do that?
No, that's not okay. And you may get reported, particularly in a public toilet.
No doubt. No, I normally wear a belt. I'm taking the belt off. I'm unbuttoning. I'm unzipping. I'm going over the boxers, thumb under the bag.
I didn't need to know that. But fair. So balls out. Balls are going over the top as well. Not just penis. Balls as well.
No, I'm full out, man.
Well, again, if you listen to the last episode, the Patreon episode, Mike and I had differing answers to the question, but for this one, we're in agreement. Okay. I also undo belt, undo. Everything's out. Everything flops over the top for full freedom, full release.
Yeah.
I apologise to any ladies that find this slightly vulgar, but it's, again, ladies might be surprised. My wife was like, well, surely that's what the zip thing's for. They don't really get the whole logistics and the awkwardness of trying to kind of get in there. So yeah, sometimes if I have to, I will undo the zip, but then I still go over the boxer. But if I'm in a comfortable situation, certainly at home, it's all going over the top. Everything's coming undone. It's all going over the top. It's making a dash for freedom.
Yeah. Any chance you can get, you just get that sweet freedom.
It is liberating. It is absolutely liberating. Again, anybody that listened to my stand-up routine recently that I posted in the Patreon, I was talking about, in a male change room, there's always an alpha male that walks around stark bollock naked. I didn't know this, but at that gig, the ladies told me that women do this as well. Alpha women will walk around completely starkers. And I didn't think that was a thing, because certainly in the UK, I was led to believe that women often have cubicles and things. They don't even sort of have a communal open space where they're all getting changed, like men's changing rooms. But apparently there's alpha women out there that will walk around with it all out on display. So there we go. It's not just a man thing.
We'll never fully understand the feminine nature of a woman.
No, I definitely will not.
You know, this question, Steve, actually is related to the fragrance in some way.
Indeed it is. And that is a very tenuous link, because we've started talking about penis, and now we're going to talk about Pinnace.
Yes. Yeah. I've searched the interwebs trying to figure out the proper pronunciation of this, and my assumption would be Pinnace.
So ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to forgive me because throughout this whole episode, I will be giggling like a schoolboy because this is never not going to be funny to me. I'm sorry. Right. This is, if you're a highbrow intellect, you probably won't be listening, but if you are, this might not be the episode for you. So today we are reviewing a French Avenue fragrance, and it's called, well, I will spell it and then we'll debate the pronunciation.
Okay.
It's spelt Pinnace. So it could be Pinnace, but the point is it very much sounds like a man's gentleman part, doesn't it? So what you're saying, Mike, how do you pronounce it?
I'm saying Pinnace.
Pinnace. Okay.
We'd have to see. Apparently this is a small ship.
Oh, okay. So a small ship is called a pinnace.
Yeah, I guess, which the correlation between all these things just gets closer and closer together.
I mean, it does make you wonder what you call a big pinnace.
Yeah.
This is going to be the most juvenile episode ever, and I will be giggling. But I'm really looking forward to trying some pinnace.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to have to unwrap the pinnace here in a second. But first, I have a Fragrantica review from Bombadiro Crocodilo.
Okay.
Who says, way too overpriced for what it is. It's a photorealistic dishwashing liquid. Don't waste your money on it.
Well, that's disappointing. I mean, I'm sure Pinnace smells better than that.
Yeah.
So you've never smelled Pinnace before?
I never have. And here's what I'm curious, Steve, is if your Pinnace smells different than mine.
I mean, you would think they might be, come from different places. So it might be if your pinnace might have not been looked after as well as mine.
Sure.
So, it might not have been stored or looked after properly. So it might be that my pinnace is just lasted better and smells better than yours. So
right.
We'll have to smell. And interestingly, I mean, we're about to unwrap it so we can talk about the packaging. Obviously, this is a white box with some nice gold lettering. So this is a white pinnace.
Right. Yeah.
Did you know, I don't know if you've seen this, Mike. I will show it to my camera as well. But did you know you can get a black pinnace? Did you know this?
I saw a gold one, but I did not see the black one.
You saw a gold pinnace? Well, you can get a black pinnace. And interestingly, the black pinnace is the same size as the white pinnace. Now, you wouldn't have thought that always. There is...
Yeah, you never really know. The internet tends to not always be truthful.
It does. There is a web of lies. So what we've not said is what this pinnace is supposed to smell like.
Right.
So this is a clone, by all accounts, of Pacific Chill from Louis Vuitton.
Right.
So I put a little accent on that. So now, we've discussed briefly before, so before we start unwrapping the pinnace and getting into it.
Mm-hmm. Get our hands on it.
I'm sure we could really enjoy that pinnace. But so I'll repeat the question I asked before we started recording. So how familiar are you with the Pacific Chill DNA? Have you owned it? Have you smelt it? Have you smelt any other clones, etc.?
I've smelled it, have not smelled other clones, never wore it as well. So
okay, so we're going in this fairly similar. So
yeah.
I've smelt Pacific Chill in store. I've never owned it. I've never worn it. I have recently acquired another clone, which is called Vibe by Jean Lao or something. I'll look up in a minute, but it's called Vibe. It very much looks like the Pacific Chill bottle. So I'm familiar. I've smelt the DNA fairly recently, but that wasn't the real deal. So I'm not yet convinced I can't decide if I like the DNA or not before we even smell this clone, because that fruity element to it, I don't know if it's a bit feminine or not. So I'm curious to smell this.
If there's anything we know about Pinnace, is that it does spray out some DNA.
It does. It is. I'm sure that DNA is going to be in there somewhere.
So do we just unwrap it and get our hands on this thing?
Let's unwrap it. Let's take the sheath off of the pinnace. And then we're going to have... If you were listening to our more recent Patreon episode, we reviewed another fragrance from French Avenue, and we discussed that the boxes are like an enigma to get into sometimes. So let's see what this one's like.
This one was as well. Very interesting.
Okay, so you've got into your pinnace before me.
Yeah, I was eager. Wow, this bottle is atrocious.
It really fucking is, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're listening to this Please, if you're not familiar with this fragrance, Google it and look at the bottle, because it looks like a fucking toilet.
It does.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, so you go side on and you pull it out.
Yeah.
Oh, my days. I mean, points for effort, what they're trying to do.
Yeah. I think they're trying to make it look like a boat, which makes more sense to what the actual definition of it is, but it does just look like a toilet.
It really does. It's called Pinnace, and it looks like a toilet. Again, what I will say, the bottle's got a bit of weight to it. The design is horrible. Again, plasticky lid, but though it's a horrible design, it seems to be relatively well done. It doesn't feel cheap. It looks nice for what it is, if you know what I mean. The design's shit. It looks awful, but
no consideration for the ergonomics either of how you're going to spray this fucking thing.
It's a friggin' nightmare. This is a prime example of over-engineering. They've tried to make it look swanky, and I generally don't know how I'm going to... Well, I guess you've got
I've spun it to the side there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Can you just spray the Pinnace on us?
Yeah, I'm going to... The Pinnace is about to spray.
Okay.
What that ergonomically is a fucking nightmare.
Yes.
What a fucking... That's actually made me angry, if I'm being totally honest, because that is... Do you remember why that's drying down? Did you ever try Boss in Motion, the little ball spherical bottle?
No.
So Boss in Motion, for our listeners that have been around a while, it's they did change the bottle in the later years. I loved Boss in Motion back in the day. It was a spherical. It looked like the Death Star, and the spray, you had to push your thumb underneath. There was the button was underneath to spray it, so it was like you were fingering a ferret. It was like you were trying to jam your thumb up its arse. It was really weird and awkward. And again, because it was a ball and a sphere, to try and spray your neck, etc., it was just stupid. Right. What are you saying?
Let's get a smell on it.
Oh, okay.
It's almost slightly minty and smells like lemon candy.
Yeah. See, a lot of people, the thing that a lot of people say is mojito.
Oh, okay.
Because of that mint. Mm-hmm. Does that resonate?
Yeah, I get the mint, and there would be citrus, so it'd be lime. This is a little sweeter than the mojitos I would want to drink, but I can catch that vibe.
What I will say is the other version, I'll just have a look what it's called, because I think I'm butchering the name, that Vibe. The other version I smelt, the apricot, is really prominent. And that, for me, is what makes it made me a little bit unsure, because it made it a bit more feminine. It was like a fruity, I saw somebody describe it as like a Fructis shampoo. That's a brand of shampoo that you have in the UK. I don't know if it's in America.
Oh, yeah. Fructis, yeah.
But this, the apricot in this is not as much. So yeah, the other version that I smelled is by Maison Alhambra. It's Jean Lau or Low, and it's called Vibe. And the bottle looks really cool. It looked very much, they've taken the style of the Louis Vuitton bottles and they've copied it, and it's kind of got a nice sort of greeny kind of colour to it. It looks really cool. But the apricot in that is much stronger than it is in this.
You know, I don't mind this. It's not bad.
This is definitely not as sweet as that version. It's fresher, mintier, a bit more lemony, a bit more citrusy. This is definitely more fresh in the opening than that other version. That other version goes more fruity, where this is a bit more minty fresh in the opening, I would say.
Yeah.
Have you got, and I don't know if it's because it's still settling down, there is a note or something in the background that's a bit like a dry, kind of like an earthy vetiver that's a little bit synthetic. It's a bit dry. It's a bit there's a slightly unpleasant note in there, a slightly unpleasant accord.
There's definitely something slightly unpleasant in there. I don't think I'm as sophisticated to pick it out as that, but overall, like, let's just say, what percentage is meh in it and what percentage is good? Would you give it a 80-20? Would you give it a 90-10?
Well, I think this smells good. I think this is definitely fresh, minty, citrusy vibes in this opening, at least. So it's clearly like a summer fragrance or a summer holiday fragrance.
It does really smell like a laundry detergent as well.
It does. Again, for the money. So let's, for argument's sake, we haven't got specific chill with us, so we can't say, oh, this is 95% similar or whatever. But for argument's sake, let's say this is 100% 1-to-1. Would you pay the 200, what is specific chill, $250 or something?
Gotta be. It's probably closer to 300.
Would you pay that for this DNA?
Oh, no. No, I would not.
I'm going to have a quick look how much Pacific Chill is in the UK. 260 for 100 mil. I've done a quick Google. I'm sure I could shop around and get it. No, for the 200 mil is 380. On the Louis Vuitton website, 260 pounds in the UK. This is the issue I have with Louis Vuitton fragrances, and we sort of touched upon this before, so I'm slightly repeating myself. The DNAs are very simple for a lot of money. Now, I'm not at all saying that this is a one-to-one clone for Pacific Chill. I'm not at all saying that this has got the exact same quality ingredients, because it clearly hasn't. But if you just try and look past that and look at the DNA, this is nice. This is definitely not as fruity as the other version. The other version, the apricot's much stronger, and that was where I was concerned. That was not concerned. Concerned is a strong word. That's where I had reservations around how feminine it was, because it's a unisex DNA. But
I wonder if yours that you're talking about is actually closer, because when I think back, and now I've only smelled it the once on a tester strip, but when I think back to smelling it, because I smelled it in a Louis Vuitton store, it smelled fruitier than this to me. It smelled a little bit more tropical.
Okay.
Unless there's another like beachy one too. I can't remember, because they're all beachy.
Yeah. On a side note, I've messaged you about this. I really want to try Symphony. I've not tried it yet from Louis Vuitton. That sounds like it's up our bag.
Yeah.
Stupidly expensive, even more expensive than this. I think in the UK it's like £460 £460. But it's got that classic fresh, citrusy, clean DNA that we would probably like. So I might pick up a clone of that, to be honest, if I can.
Would you go that route typically? Or are you going clones if you go, it's kind of in my wheelhouse, but that is just way too much? You're not like going, I'm saving up to get that, because it's kind of not that it's not unique, but it is kind of a known DNA and type there's probably other things out there.
For this style of DNA, I could not justify that price point. I just couldn't.
Yeah.
There's not enough uniqueness. There's not enough. We're not smelling Pacific Chill, so I'm not really shitting on it, but there's just not enough depth and uniqueness and something that really stands out. Like you say, there's so many. This is the challenge when it comes to summer fragrances. They're all citrusy fresh, and it's trying to do that in a unique way is quite challenging. So that's why sometimes when you get fragrances that have got like kiwi in, or the aforementioned apricot, it does add a different twist to it, or something, blackcurrant, or some classically you're going to get bergamot, you might get lemon, mandarin, orange. But so when they bring something else, sometimes they have like cucumber or something a bit different, don't they, just to try and break away from the norm. Tell you what, it's nice though, as it's drying down, it's getting a little bit more powdery. It does remind me of something though.
Yeah, the more it dries down, the more it smells like laundry detergent to me.
Yeah, it reminds me, and I've said this before as well, a posh hotel. If you're in a posh hotel room on holiday, I don't know if it's that soap, the laundry, the clean laundry, that kind of...
I could see this for somebody who doesn't normally want to wear a fragrance. They just want to smell clean. Most of the time, they are going hefty on the laundry detergent sort of a thing, to where they just have clean clothes smell, but they're not trying to spray any sort of fragrance. I felt the same way by 724 from MFK. I was like, that just smells like really clean laundry. And that'd be one that, you'd spray on when you really just didn't want to smell like you were wearing a fragrance, but you just had clean clothes.
And typically they do get complimented.
Yeah.
It's got a slightly creamier element to it as well. I'm just going to have it. So the notes on, I'm looking at, those are not the notes. So you've got grapefruit, orange at the top, and in the mid there's mint and blackcurrant, and in the base there's ambroxan and musk. I mean, you read those notes and that's got mass appealing compliment getter written all over it, hasn't it? Yeah. You've got grapefruit and orange. I'm surprised there's not bergamot. You've got ambroxan and musk. I mean, it's just, that is a DNA that... So interestingly, it doesn't list apricot. A few people on Fragrantica do say that it is there as per the original, But the other version that I smelt very much had it listed and it was very prominent. But
yeah, I can smell that grapefruit that you're saying. Now that you've said that, I'm starting to really pick that up.
yeah, I get the grapefruit and I get a slight hint of apricot, but it's slowly starting to dry down and go a little bit sort of a bit more powdery creamy. I do prefer this to the other version that I've got.
So are you feeling like this is for men, for women, unisex? What do you think about this fragrance?
That's just unisex all day long.
Yeah.
Absolutely all day long. The other version, as I say, I think because of the amped up apricot was a bit more feminine.
Okay.
And again, it's a shame we haven't got a Pacific Chill sample or something to smell. From memory, I think you're right. I think that the apricot is more noticeable than in this. So I wonder if they've consciously dialed down the apricot to make this a bit more unisex and a bit sort of safer, because that might have been a contentious point with some people, like looking at reviews of that DNA. A few people saying, oh, it's a bit too feminine for me, or I'm not, the apricots. So I wonder if they've consciously dialed it down to make it a even safer bet.
Right. Maybe so. I mean, and it might be a smart move.
Agreed.
I don't know that this smells a lot like what I remember Pacific Chill smelling like. There's hints of it there, but the mix is off.
Okay.
But
that's fair.
What do I know? I only smelled it one time.
So I think we know the answer to this, but where would you wear this? Or would you wear this, I guess, is the first question.
I don't know. I'm really not loving it.
Yeah?
It's not bad. Is it the best Pinnace I've smelled? I don't know.
Interestingly, the black Pinnace is, I believe, is in clone of one of the Boss Bottled DNAs. I think Boss Bottled Intense.
Oh, okay.
Which is quite affordable. I don't know why you're cloning that, to be honest.
Yeah. Man, I've got a bottle of Boss Bottled Absolute I absolutely love.
Yeah, I might have to get that come the winter. I was messaging you about that. Yeah, so, I mean, obviously you've got a much hotter climate than me.
Right.
Though I do have a summer holiday coming up. So I think this could work well for that. I will definitely be decanting it into a travel atomizer, because there's no way on God's green earth I'm taking this fucking toilet seat on my holiday.
I think they'd have some questions for you at TSA.
This is fucking... So again, I don't know if we've spoken about the price, but again, it's what, 100 mil?
Yes.
And what did you pay in USD?
I think this one was a little more. Let me see. Oh, I paid 49.
Oh, look at you, big spender.
Yeah.
I paid £32.49.
Oh my.
So I got a better deal than you for once.
You sure did. I overpaid for this thing.
So for £32 in the UK for 100 mil, I think if you want a citrusy fresh fragrance, this, you'd again get a different bottle. I think it's a possibility.
Yeah, immediately decant it out.
Yeah.
Just get you like an empty 50 mil or something, and you don't want that on the shelf. You want to hide that in a sock drawer or something.
Get that Pinnace in your hand and empty it. Just vigorously empty that Pinnace.
Yes, for sure.
I'm kind of like you. I like it. I don't think I love it. It doesn't blow me away, but I think it's, for the price, for £32 for 100 mil, I think I'll probably happily take this on my summer holiday that's upcoming.
Okay.
And again, for that money, if it lasted not, I can just spray that if I'm going in the heat by the pool. Obviously, it'll probably get washed off if I'm jumping in and out or whatever. I can just go trigger happy with it. It doesn't really matter.
Yes.
It smells fresh. It's obviously in the moment. It's suitable to the situation.
So let's pretend you got a decant of this or a sample of this.
Okay.
And now you're in front of a computer with it in your shopping cart. Are you going to buy this thing? Would you rebuy it?
That's a very good question. I don't. This is an interesting one, because I don't begrudge having bought it, because I think I could comfortably wear this. I mean, you could wear this at the gym or something, couldn't you? Do you know what I think?
Yeah, I think you could.
It could easily be a gym scent. I think I don't begrudge wearing it. I don't begrudge buying it, sorry, because I think it's perfectly wearable. I could even just keep this to keep as a gym scent, or I will probably take it on my holiday and I can rinse it there and it will fit the situation and it will smell perfectly good. There's no issue if I'm smelling good or not. But as per our earlier conversation, is this interesting enough? Is this unique enough?
Right.
Does it smell special enough? No. I think there's other citrusy, fresh fragrances that I would choose over this. I could name a few now, but I think we might save those for an upcoming episode, because I think we might do an episode on summer holiday fragrances, because I've got a summer holiday coming up, so I'm going to take a few with me. So I won't name any now, just so I don't steal any content for future episodes. But I think there's other fragrances that I would choose. I will name one right now. I would choose Dior Homme Cologne over this. Which is, again, got a lovely mandarin citrus, but it's very clean, very masculine. I prefer that to this.
You know what I'd pick instead of this?
What?
Eros Energy.
Okay. It's interesting. I need to revisit that. That really has divided the community, that fragrance, I feel. Some people love it and they get it. It's like Aventus, but with orange, which sounds right up my street, to be fair, because I love mandarin and stuff. And so I need to revisit it, I think, because I have smelt it in store and I did really like it. But then loads of other people have saying, obviously it's a done DNA, it's Aventus. A Georgia Fragrance Apprentice went in pretty hard on it, didn't he? And just said it's a clone of a clone. It's like a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy sort of thing. I need to revisit that. I think Eros Energy is a fragrance that I would probably pick up when the price comes down, when it hits like discounters and things, because it was holding price quite strongly.
Yeah, it wasn't terribly priced even at retail. Like at retail, it was $100 for us, and then
for what, 100 mil?
Yeah, and now you can find it relatively cheap. I mean, I bet you'd be close to the price on this, because this was pushing 50, and I bet for $60-$70 I could find Eros Energy.
I tell you what, I think 100, because it's probably, I think it was a similar sort of price in the UK. It was like £90 or something. And I think that's too rich for that fragrance.
Really?
Yeah. So for that, again, okay, so there's much better in the UK now. I can get 50 mil for £41, which is decent. I can get 100 mil for about £74.
Okay.
But yeah, for £40, that's planted a seed now. I'm tempted. Oh, fucking hell, what an expensive hobby this is.
Let me just quickly do the investigative work for the US. Yeah, it looks like $70 US. You can get 100 mil.
Okay, so it normally is the case. It's similar here. 100 mil is £74. So it's normally, even though regardless of exchange rate, I sort of pay in pounds, what you pay in dollars.
Right.
So that's not, I guess for 100 mil, that's not too bad. You could probably pick up obviously a partial or something much cheaper. I might need to revisit that.
I think you should. I really enjoyed it.
But then it is very much Aventus, but with an orangey opening instead of pineapple, isn't it?
Sure.
So I just don't know. I think it was Killer Frags said, was it someone I saw? It might have been him, where he said they've taken the Aventus DNA. Oh no, he was talking about something else, but I think it makes sense when talking about this fragrance. They've taken the best thing about Aventus and removed it and swapped it for something else.
Yeah, that's funny.
Let's take the Aventus DNA. What is the best thing about it? Oh, it's that pineapple. Right, get rid of that. Bin that off.
That's hilarious. That's a good thought. I didn't think about it that way.
And that's the thing. I don't know if, as much as I like mandarin fragrances, I don't know if it's improved that DNA or made it worse. That's what I can't decide. Perhaps I need to revisit and decide it, and buying a bottle is not the way to do it. This is what I do. I do stupid things. I buy a bottle, then go, oh yeah, that's a bad idea, and then just sell it on.
Yeah, you just got to go into a store and spray it on and walk around with it for a little bit. See what you think.
This is dying down already, though, for me.
Yes, the longevity of this fragrance, I'm worried about.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a good one. Again, for the money, I think I could just go ham. I'm just going to absolutely spray the fuck out of it on holiday. I can pretty much just use it all up on holiday. I'll just go crazy for it.
And that would be the best place for it, honestly. I feel like this would match that kind of mood and environment the best.
Yeah, I'm going to very sunny, hot climate that's next to numerous swimming pools, etc. So it's a classic summer holiday. So yeah, I think this will work well. It's not going to stand out. I don't know if I would probably, this might be like a daytime fragrance for a summer holiday. Like if we were then going out for a meal in the evening and things like that, I would wear something a bit more unique, a bit like the Dior cologne I mentioned earlier. I won't mention any more, we'll save those, but something like that. It's a bit sexier, a bit more masculine. This for me is just a very safe, fresh, citrusy scent.
Yeah, light scent, a little bit more for play. Definitely not for like a date night or anything, even in the hot weather.
Yeah. Barbecue or cookout, I believe you call it.
Yeah. No, we got barbecues out there. Yeah, I think that would be okay, depending. I mean, it'd have to be hot as hell. I'm going to try to go imagination in those situations. I'm showing up to impress.
Well, this is the trouble, isn't it? There's always, and this is what I don't have. I have a lot of fragrances, but I try, if they're not a love or unless they serve a genuine purpose, I try and sell them on.
Yeah, smart.
Because why wear a 7 out of 10, which is good, when you've got 9 and 10 out of 10s?
Right. Yeah.
So it either needs to be a love or it needs to serve a unique purpose. Like it needs to, if I've not got, I don't know, for argument's sake, a fig fragrance, or that's a really good version of a fig fragrance, I don't know. Or for this, I might not sell it just because I could just wear it as a gym fragrance. I could just keep it. But then that's it. I don't know. So there needs to be a purpose for it. If there's no purpose, it's not a love.
Yeah.
What's it doing on the shelf? You know, it's just going to sit there.
Yeah, 7's just passing. You got to have those 9 out of 10s at least. You don't need 127 out of 10s. You can have 25 9 out of 10s. You'll do way better.
Yeah, I bought a few citrusy fresh fragrances recently, and they all smell better than this one, in my opinion. I got a clone of Imagination, which we all know. I've got another inspiration of Bulgari's Man Rain Essence, which is absolutely gorgeous fragrance. That is better than this, and it's got some uniqueness to it. There's just so many other fragrances that I think does this, but better.
Yeah.
And I appreciate, again, just to remind people, we are talking about this version. We're not talking directly about Pacific Chill. I mean, the irony being that apricot note that they've dialed down does actually add the uniqueness to Pacific Chill.
Yeah, truthful.
So it's a gift and a curse. I was kind of like, I'm not sure about that apricot. It's too feminine. They've dialed it down. It's like, well, it's got no uniqueness. So you can't win.
Yeah. We'll never be happy.
This is true. So I tell you what, I don't think we've done it in the new style podcast. Who's wearing this then, Mike?
I'm gonna say it should be a lady. Summertime, at least when I'm getting on my skin. I think if you did 20 sprays of this, everybody'd be happy you did it. Summertime lady.
Yeah, I don't think you could overspray this.
What do you think? Who's wearing it?
I think you're right. I think, well, I'll be probably wearing it on holiday just to get some use out of it. But yeah, actually, if my wife wore this, I would like it. I think it would probably smell quite nice.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of clean, fresh, not all the time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think this is more unisex than the other version, but I do think a woman, and I think actually, in many ways, it sounds weird. I think it probably offer a woman more flexibility. I can imagine a woman wearing this in an office. I mean, a guy could easily wear this in an office, but I just think there's other better things that a man could wear. Where I think this is a perfectly pleasant scent.
Yeah, I feel that too.
Yeah, it's not offensive. It's very clear. What sort of age are you saying?
Ladies, I'll go 18 to 45. Guys, probably, I don't know, this might edge you out, Steve. I'd go guys, middle school to 30.
That would definitely edge me out. See, I think this is a bit older.
You think so?
Not stupidly older. I think a bit more 25 plus.
Okay. All the way around?
Yeah, I think 25 plus up to 45, 50, because I think it's not got, unlike the other version where the apricot added some real fruity sweetness, I don't think this is not too juvenile. It's not got too much sweetness that makes it younger. Mm-hmm. I think because it's fresh, as it dries down, it starts getting a bit clean and creamy. I think that's a bit more of a mature, sophisticated kind of vibe.
Okay.
I never thought I'd be speaking about Pinnace as much as this. Really digesting and breaking down who Pinnace is best for.
Yeah.
Who sits well, who should be having Pinnace. It's, I don't know what else there is to say about this fragrance. This is one of those ones, and this is what I don't like. I like it when there's some passion behind. We've discussed this before, particularly for blind buys and things. I like it when you love it or you hate it. But when it's kind of like you said, those 7 out of 10, what would you give this out of 10? Would you give it a 7?
I think I'd give it a 5.5. out of 10?
I think I'm vibing it a bit more than you, but
Okay.
I think I'd go. Perhaps because I've spent money on it. I'm trying to ramp it up and justify and make myself feel better that I'm spending money on this ridiculous hobby. I'd think I would go 7, 6.5, 7.
Okay.
I'd be interested to see. We probably need to do an overnight kind of review of this maybe and see how it performs, because I'm sort of flitting. Originally, I preferred the smell of this one to the other version I had because of that apricot dialed down. But now I'm thinking, actually, I like the uniqueness that apricot offers, but it does make it more feminine. So I kind of almost need to do a little bit of a wear and see how this goes, how it develops, if it lasts, which it definitely won't, and see how I feel. But
Well, tonight is the night that we are recording this. It's a Thursday night. And on Thursday nights, I have a group of guys that I get with, and we will play pool.
are they your best friends?
No.
They better not be.
They're like right under you.
Okay. Well,
So you and I are closer to best friends than they are. But
yes,
we get together, we play pool. Sometimes we'll drink a little beer and smoke a cigar. And they're all, as you guys would call, muggles. So I may try to see what they think about these.
Get your penis out.
Yeah,
Definitely get your penis out. Say, guys, what do you think to this penis? Is this good? Get it in their face. See what they think. Give it a whiff.
Exactly.
And report back on the next episode. I'll be really curious to see what they think to it, actually. Are they kind of alpha males? Are they very blokey blokes? Are they manly man?
The majority of them are like doctors and stuff.
Oh, shit.
They're like,
They might
they're
like
high
this
to do guys. Yeah.
Here's a challenge. See if you can sell it to them for a profit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But ultimately, I'm just going to get around a room full of guys and see what they think about my penis.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like a perfect night to me. It'd be nice to see what women think to your penis as well.
Yeah. It's really difficult for me to get around a room full of women. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's fair. I tell you what, I will see what my wife thinks of this one. She liked the other one. She said it's quite fruity. It was like shampoo and stuff. But it'd be interesting to see if she prefers this one and if she thinks it's more or less masculine. So I will kind of report back. But yeah, it's definitely nice. Again, value for money. What are you saying?
It's a little high for me for the price.
It's not as good value for money as Liquid Brun, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That we discussed is an absolute bang for the buck. That for a value for money, I'll give that a 10 out of 10 just for the value for money. This, I think there's a lot of citrusy fresh fragrances. Versace Mano Fresh, for example, is lovely. You can get that cheap enough. There's a lot of citrusy fresh fragrances that do this similar price point, if not less. If it lasted, it was a beast performer, then I could see a better value point, but I don't think it's going to be. So
hard one for me. I would be like $30 on this. It would have to be cheaper than Liquid Brun for me to be like, okay, well, that's a decent value. It's a little too light. It's a little too generic. And I mean, for a clone, $50 is kind of top dollar for me. So I'm going to have to say, not really there on the financial side.
Fair. Well, I'll cake myself in this. I'll definitely wear this a few times before the next episode. I'll definitely wear it to the gym. I'll wear it. I'll probably give it a wear tomorrow, and I will report back what I think and if my opinions change. But currently, I think it's perfectly pleasant. In the UK, it's £32. Not too bad. Worth a punt if you like Pacific Chill. But I think there's other fragrances that do it better, that do that style of fragrance better.
All in all, we got to really wrap our minds around some good Pinnace.
What more could you want? I mean, I got to spend the evening with my future best friend, smelling each other's penises.
Yes.
That's all I wanted in life.
Well,
but the bottle is a fucking travesty. What a fucking shit show that bottle is. That makes me angry.
The box is interesting enough. I mean, there is, again, we've said it on the Patreon episode, but this one too, the presentation is just insane for really a clone of a fragrance. You're going to get less than that on the Louis Vuitton, truthfully.
Yes. I would much rather they spent less on the packaging and more on the fragrance, to be honest.
Agreed.
But there you go.
Agreed. Okay. Well, I think that kind of wraps up our Pinnace episode.
Who knows? Let us know. Do you think we should try some black Pinnace?
Or gold.
Gold. What is the gold Pinnace a clone of?
That I do not know.
Oh, you're teasing me now with your penises. Yeah, well, I think we've done it justice. I've managed to not laugh and giggle throughout the whole episode because mainly this bottle, this fragrance was an enigma.
Yeah, you can kind of tell when we started off really excited, just based on the hope and the, audacity of it. And then once you kind of smell it in fragrances like this, like you were saying, you kind of get to a point where you're like, look, kind of searching. It just kind of feels like every other Pinnace you've ever experienced before.
I think going back some years, if you're just getting into fragrances or you don't have many, if you just want a clean, fresh fragrance that you can wear to work, this works well. Like if this was me before I got into YouTube and all that jazz and doing fragrance reviews, I'd probably quite like it. I think, it's quite fresh. I wear it. I think if you're not a frag head, you could probably appreciate this more. But smelling all the fragrances we smell and how many, with so many reference points, this then doesn't hold up to them, unfortunately.
Yeah, truthful.
There you go. I'd say that's time to call it a day. Let us know if you've smelt any Pinnace, if you've liked it. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah,
we'll be curious to know. I think that's it. So until next time,
stay healthy and spray healthy.